Whew. It is warm today. So, in the spirit of warmth, let's talk about something a little bit spicy. Should you actually do work for free? But first, let's go on a road trip. Ooh, hello. Let's see what I got. Ooh, tastiness, a 4. Guess what I'll be playing with after this? Let's get back to the topic at hand. So, should you actually be doing work for free, or should you be charging every single time? And the answer is maybe. A little bit anticlimactic, but stay with me. So I know a lot of creators and other people like that, they turn around and be like, you should always be charging, you should never do work for free. But I think you kind of need to split this into 2 camps. One camp is, you're not a full-time creator, this isn't your full-time job, you are casual part-time, try to get it up and running, etc. And the other camp is, you are full-time, you're established, and you're just continuously going. In your first camp, you're trying to get it up and running, you maybe already have another job so you can afford to take risks. The whole point of you doing this is you're trying to show people the value that you can add to their business. However, they're not going to see the value unless you've got something to actually show how you generate value. So I'm a photographer, so one way that I started by helping show people what I could do is started by doing the free work, or it's called TFP, Time for Prints. And I worked with models and other businesses and other things like that, so I could turn around, do some work, have a bundle of, model pics or business pics or, something like that, and I can turn around and put it in front of someone else and go, hey, here's what I can do for you. Here's some examples of work I've already done. I know I did a bunch of free work that a client ended up seeing through my Instagram, that work, and they slid into my DMs and, I've done 2 shoots for them. Awesome. Never would have gotten that job unless I did the free work. Now, they didn't need to know that the work I did was free. They just needed to know that I'd done work. But doing free work is a good way to practice, develop a workflow, experiment with ideas without the pressure of a paid client on your back. So doing work for free is very valuable. So going to the second camp, you're established, you're already doing things, you're making ends meet, etc. Sometimes doing free work can be beneficial as long as it doesn't hurt your bottom line too much. And I'll give you an example. So I've got a friend who, his company does office fit outs. Awesome. They wanted to get into this one larger company that's, this massive national company, but they have one really small satellite office in my local area. And so what they decided to do is do the work, not necessarily free, but it was below cost, so it was costing them money. But then after they've done that, they could turn around and go to the larger offices, in the bigger capital cities and go, look at the work we've done in one of your offices already, why don't we do your office? And that was kind of the sales pitch that they used. But they weren't just doing, a free job for the heck of it. They had an objective in goal. They used, a free job and leveraged that to get the bigger job. There needs to be some form of an objective you can draw a line to so you can actually see a tangible outcome. So it's not a one size fits all. There's a lot of different variables to consider. If you are a masseuse, for example, would you just do free massages all the time? No. But what you could do is if you're looking to get into a business and do, office-wide massages, like some of the newer offices are doing, you might turn around and go, hey, let me do one afternoon for free so it's not costing you too much, and then I'll give you an upfront discounted rate for the first month, and then you could charge them your normal rate from there. But it's a way of getting in as opposed to just, fronting them with your sales pitch and they might say no straight off. So there's a couple of different ways to go about it, and it's not going to be right for everyone. One path is going to work for someone and one path might work for someone else, but it's not necessarily going to work for both. So that's up for you to decide. So share with a friend that you might think needs this because it might be helpful to them. Like and subscribe and do all the things. If you want to check me out on Instagram, please do so. Other than that, see you later.